Hello, this is my server guide on Breeze. So on Breeze, server has got a tiny bit worse since the rework. Only a tiny bit though. And I think that yeah, other initiators might start taking this place when the meta is a bit more set in stone. But I do want to just give a quick guide to server because that might not actually be the case for the meta. And we're going to start off with defense first on A. So one of the new darts that he can do is this one. So you want to just line up like this sort of wooden part with like just like the bottom of this. It's kind of what I do. Basically, I've got enough room to squeeze an arrow through and just full charge. This is at the start of the round. You'll reveal people coming into aim A like this, right? And they'll have to look up here to shoot it, which is obviously very far away from where they're going to be getting shot from. So this is good with the like a KO flash over the top of the box, so just experience, which is really strong. And yeah, just generally, if we're going to take that first bit of space, the dart is pretty good. Yeah, but generally, I don't really like this space, to take that space that much. I'm still figuring out if it's good or not. But so far, it was kind of mediocre, so I don't know. When enemies have been doing it and when we've been doing it, seems not particularly great. But that could obviously just be error from the queue. Yeah. But so other things on A you can do. So generally, there's gonna be a Viper wall across here, and usually you want to wait for that to go up and wait a couple seconds, and then you can arrow like this. You can arrow over here. You're gonna mix up where it goes. Basically, is the most important thing with this arrow. You can do even one I showed recently on a short. You can do this one, double bounce off the bottom of the triangle, and yeah, it'll bounce like this over here. You'll land on this outcrop of like rock here, so it will actually get everything. So it's actually really strong, that one in particular, because it allows you to like reposition and things. I've already gone over it in a short, so you can go find that short. And yeah, generally that's kind of it. There's not really too much else. When they start to plant, you can dart off this, shock dart off this. You can go really far to the right to get like like this over here, this type of plant area. Yeah, you just want to like a free throw type of dart where you're kind of just doing it off feeling really. I did used to have some lineups for this, but honestly I can't remember them and I haven't been using them. So, but yeah, there are definitely darts you can do that can get like that. Not quite like that. You can get darts that will get there. Just free aim. I tend to do them. That actually would have worked if I actually bounced it. But yeah, I do these ones as well, free aimed. Like that. And that's completely fine. All those work pretty nice. Drone wise, you probably want to drone after they've planted. And after the wall's gone down. So then you've got quite a lot of sight line here. You can tag people in main, tag people in like the just outside of main in the sort of area. Or in the bricks area. And that's kind of it for A, defense and retake really. On retake, you are pretty much just going to be doing basically the same. Like I said, the drone is pretty good on retake. You can shock these corners, pretty useful. No, okay, not that, like that. Pretty high, full bounce. You can drop the corners. Pretty useful in general. So it's just pretty useful in general on Breeze and retakes. When it comes to your ult, there's not really too many great ults in particular. There used to be a good one, but now it's kind of gone. So the only ult I recommend on A is to stop the plant with your ult. Unless you have like another ult that you can do, potentially. Maybe over here you can ult like this. Not terrible, to be honest, if they're like rushing into A shop quite fast. You can even combine it with this dart, right? If you want to. That's possible. I haven't tried it yet. That was just off like the top of my head. Not sure if it's good or bad. I would have to test it. There is also this dart over here that you can do at the start of the round. I can't remember how to put it through. Okay, there we go. Actually, no, I didn't do it right. Just do it up this. You basically, I just free throw it every time, but yeah, you want to do it not against the. You want to do it against the wall, not on the back part. I'm bad. It's okay. I'm just bad at this jump. I'm only agent. Yeah, there you go. Something like that basically, where it reveals. You're gonna land on this wall and it reveals all of like A lobby. That's kind of what you want. That's what you want from that dart. Throw better than me though. Ideally. There's another dart over here that you do for a defense. You can peek this and live still. So you just want to aim at the ivy over here. That's what you want to do. And just aim at the top of it in full charge, and you'll land on the wall. Okay, I'm just bad. I'm missing up every single one. You want to aim at the top on the right of the ivy, I guess. There you go. Mess up every single one. But yeah, this one is definitely less good than it used to be, as people can hide like this now. So it's not quite as good as it used to be, but it still is good. Mainly because the person that can hide from it is going to be visible from this person. Already, like they can put, if they're aiming to push out, they're already visible once the dart lands. So it's not too much of a big problem if you actually have people going off that util. You can do it really far back as well if you want to. This one's definitely less good. Fries for longer, sees less, etc. Pretty bad, I think. But you can do the best one is on this wall. Otherwise, you don't really do too much from here. Sometimes I'll drone if I'm not sure like if they take a mid or not, and I'll path like into elbow, to see if I can get some info on elbow. I can't actually quite get there. I think you can get if you just come close to the wall, you can probably get that corner. Maybe with slightly better pathing than I do. You can't. So you can't get under there, so it's not that good. I don't really particularly like doing it, but it's usually if we're stuck for info in mid that I'll end up droning there. Also, other shocks. The shocks are just going to be free flying shocks to help you get some little chip damage in, and that's basically it. You can do, if they smoke this early, you can do like darts over here, but once again, I think this dart is probably the strongest in mid. Next, I just want to make sure as well, bear in mind that my playbook is still expanding. Obviously, all my playbooks are kind of, but this one more so, like Breeze and Sunset, definitely, because Sunset, well, Breeze less so, obviously, because it's reworked, but a lot of my stuff is changed or different or going to be new, and I'm missing a lot of things, or not a lot of things, but I'm missing some things, and potential like min-maxes, so bear in mind that I'm not going to get like everything. I'm still learning the map, still learning the parts of the map that changed, at least. So on B, there is a nice little half wall you can spam through now. So these type of darts are stronger as well. I mean, I said like now as if that didn't already happen. But yeah, there is still this now that you can do. You can also do it for a teammate, or you can do it like up here. You can get one and then drop down darts. Yeah, it's pretty good. This one is less so good because you are doing it at an angle, right? So you can't do it right into the choke like this. So yeah, not quite as good in general for B as he used to be, I think. Especially because he can easily get, like, you can still get swarmed quite easily, but Viper on this map, with the Sova in B as well, like you both together on the site, is very similar to like Killjoy Ascent, Killjoy Sova Ascent B as well, where you it's really hard for you, like the attacking team to break that defense down, and that's very similar for Viper Sova B, where they can't get through the decay, but they're also getting like shocked, they're getting revealed, like that sort of stuff when they come out, so it makes it really, really tough for them to get out. It's obviously not quite on the caliber as Killjoy. Killjoy's over Ascent B, but it's still quite good. Viper can stop, you can push with like mollies in back here. You can also follow up with shocks as well. Really strong to follow up with shocks and with the Viper mollies because you can one-shot people with the fragile. So yeah, that's kind of it for defense. I don't really do too much on defense. So we're going over onto attack. Yeah, so my defensive playbook is pretty basic, but generally it's gets the job done basically. Yeah, so on attack, if we go bid, we're going to be looking for arrows like this. This is a very old arrow that used to happen. I mean, not actually this particular arrow, but this is an arrow that we used to be used quite a bit because you would actually just reveal mid and then you'd be able to take mid with like a cow flash and then it was kind of free. And that's got worse. This arrow still exists and it's still decent. It can stop players from walking into elbow and things. So I would recommend doing this dart from time to time if you are struggling from elbow pushes and things like that. Other than that, you don't really have a great place to drone other than here. If you want to go door, this is the place to drone from. Obviously, it requires you to cross across the door, so it might not be the nicest of angles to go around, but you can check stairs with the drone. Dart wise, I'd usually just put it against the back wall because it's going to reveal backside A, like over here, which is really, really nice for us. We've ended up going this side, this way over to B. If I haven't done this dart, by the way, that's when I'll try that dart. Otherwise, I've probably done this dart. If I do still have dart, I usually don't drone when we go B, because the only good drone spot is here, and very susceptible to a peek out from mid. So it depends on the positioning of my teammates and things, but usually I won't drone this. If I haven't used my dart yet, my recon, I'm going to recon backside in some capacity. Either side is fine. Sometimes I like doing one off this wall here, this diagonal wall here. It's going to get like anyone hiding in here, and it's going to get all of them this. Obviously, it's got a bit worse, this dart has, because there's like geometry here, so there's walls, like boxes here, so they can hide from the darts potentially, depending on where you put them. So actually thinking about it, it's probably best to put a dart here. Because I think it will get basically everything, but maybe someone tucked here. Actually, it won't even get anyone tucked here. So yeah, this is definitely. Oh wait, maybe not here. I think this doesn't get this one spot, and it also doesn't get over here. But yeah, I think that dart might be the best one. But this one is also good too, because it only doesn't get over there, and you can maybe shock that, the pressure, in case they hide from it. Yeah, that's kind of it for mid. So we're going to move on to B, because we're right here. So when we're going B, there is a dart I know here. This actually no. Sorry, that's too early. I mean, so when we go in B, usually I'm just gonna either drone up if I need to drone early. If we need the early info in the round going out. Basically, if we're not rushing, sorry, if we're not rushing, then I'll try and do a drone like that. If we are rushing, then I'll probably dart first, and I probably won't even touch drone until retake. Yeah, and that's basically it. I'll follow up with this dart with the drone. Sometimes I'll do a dart over this side, depends on how they like to play. If they tend to give B a lot, I'm going to do this dart, right? Because maybe there's a chance we get a wall bang on the half wall or on the broken wall. If they don't tend to play sight, then I won't do this one. If they do tend to play sight, I do this one and look for spams through this half wall. I do like this dart in particular because of this half wall. Because I'll be able to spam anyone that's standing behind it. And then when we get to the actual plant, most likely we'll plant here. Sometimes I'll play sight and I'll use drone and they start to come out. And then from this point, I can, if I've got ult, I can ult McDonald's or CT. I can also ult I can also ult the tunnel as well if I want to. There is also a lineup that I need to make sure I remember. Okay, sorry, I'm just stupid. It literally is just aim at the leaf, 3-bar. Like, it's been so long since I played this game in like any real capacity. I'm just losing it. I swear, I just can't do lineups anymore. And even then, that lineup is too far. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I just don't remember any of my lineups. It should be higher than that. Like, yeah, there you go. And this is it now. Just a bit higher than that, and it will work out. There you go. Like, I swear I just don't play the game for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I just can't do anything. I'm so bad. Okay. And off that as well, you can also ult from there. Obviously as well. For the post plant. You can also just be a recon as well if you want it to be. Obviously it's not very strong recon, but it's good if once again in post plant if you want to ult. It's not the end of the world to use it like that. If you want to like be fast basically. Good way to do it. Generally you won't ever go into this position of the map. It's kind of useless now to have that position of the map exist. Okay, so on A, generally I'm not going to be doing this dart. The reason why I don't want to do a dart like this is because it's way too far away from any of my teammates to capitalize. It's also not a great position. I mean, it's going to check this, which is kind of nice, but you can do that anyway with the drone. So what happens is that we're usually not going to have a problem taking this space. If we do have a problem taking this space, I might dart, I might drone, but I doubt it. I might end up sending a shock through, and that's probably about it. I'll send a shock like this or something, try and pressure someone like peeking wide and things like that. But generally, you won't have a problem getting into this area. And then I'm going to drone like this. And the drone, I'll be able to check all the close angles I need to. And then I'm going to path towards this corner, hold space, look into that corner, and then look over the pyramid. I did it slightly but worse there than normal. So you can actually see a lot more than that. I probably should... I mean, I just did it slightly worse than normal, basically. You probably do it better than me when you practice it. If you practice it. And then once I've done that, the Viper wall is still up, probably. And I'm going to do a dart through the wall somewhere. Can be anywhere really. Just depends on where you think we'll get a scan. This stair wall, this step one on the stairs is pretty like high chance to get a scan in my experience. There's also one over here against the boxes. There's also pretty high chance because no one over here can shoot it, and it also scans the front site players. So anyone down here would have to shoot their own dart. It's pretty good for that reason. And then when it comes to like shock lineups and things, I don't actually have any for A. I did used to, but they were in cave, and cave didn't exist. So they're ones that I need to get. They're the remaining ones, which I'll probably upload as shorts. So like, you know, subscribe and you'll find them eventually, probably when I post them, which will probably be within the next week, most likely, as they're active on my list to find. On the retakes, obviously, you can also ult to stop the defuse and things like that. And generally as well on the retake as well, if you don't have ult or anything, you're not playing super far away, you can just do like close darts like this are always quite strong. When you recon on the floor is always quite strong. You can also do shocks off like that as well that hit the plants, like popular plant spot. It probably wouldn't be that great for you because you probably would be, if you're sitting here, you're probably planted there. So I do have to get shocks, proper shocks for this. Maybe I could do one off the wall, off the ceiling, sorry, like this. Yeah. That might work actually, but the problem is I'm like exposed. Yeah, it does work, but I'm exposed, so it's not that great. So yeah, that's kind of it for the guide on Sova. on Breeze. I hope you enjoyed. It was not the greatest of guides, I don't think. I have missed some things, like I said, the shocks as well. Some of the the shock lineups and things like that I don't have still, because Breeze is reworked. I haven't gone through all the stuff I need to do for Breeze, but I thought that I wanted to do this guide, and I will just upload the lineups, because the lineups are easy enough to find. So I feel like if I don't have lineups, that's fine, as long as you kind of get the gist of how I play the map. That's completely fine, and then obviously the lineups will help you when I upload them on as like a short format. So yeah. Sorry for the maybe a bit fast and not as quite as concise guide, but yeah, I'm just getting feedback for this guide being hopefully a bit faster, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.